Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Market Mindset. Want to do a very quick interview here with John Passalacqua from First Phosphate, because just literally across the wire here, outstanding news. I can read into it a little bit, but I mean, let me tell you. Let's have John tell us what just came across the wire here and how significant it is.
Yeah, so we just received a letter of interest from EXIM Bank, which is the Export-Import Bank of the United States. It's similar to the Export Development Bank of Canada. Many countries have these banks. They're there to help their exporters to export services. What's special about EXIM Bank now is that it's sort of aligned with policy at Department of Energy, Department of Defense, and the Congress, which is to help the U.S. Sustain critical mineral independence. So, EXIM Bank has looked at our project, the need for phosphate in North America, the need for a strategic phosphate reserve in North America of purified phosphoric acid, LFP battery development. And they've thought that, it was noteworthy to, offer as a starting point, $170 million US of financing on the purchase of US goods and services. That should start, as soon as possible here. Obviously, we have the issue on the shutdown of the U.S. government, but almost immediately, and it should be able to help us to get all three areas of our project into permitting without further dilution to our shareholders. If we manage this properly, we should be able to get our mine into production, our PPA. I wouldn't say into production. We should be able to get our mine permitted and ready for capex build out. We should be able to get our purified phosphoric acid plant permitted and ready for build out, and also perhaps an LFP cathode active material plant ready for and permitted for build out without any significant further equity dilution. So it's a monumental achievement for our shareholders.
It really is. It's hard to get my head wrapped around it because it's what you've been gunning for, and obviously you've been working on this behind the scenes for a while. But to be that supplier and to have that relationship with the U.S., while even today there's in the news, Ford and CATL, there's some issues there because of politics. They would definitely want to win. Is that they're like, we need to have this supply. There's other battery makers if they put a force to Ford to say use a U.S. one. Okay, fine, but that's less of an issue rather than where are you getting your material, and we've talked about that before.
Yeah, I think one good move that we've made at First Phosphate was that when we looked at the IRA, we looked at the intent of the law. We didn't look at the letter of the law. So many companies, not to mention any names, are looking at the letter of the law and trying to get around the IRA or trying to do a half supply chain in North America, 3/4 supply chain, a 25% supply chain. We at First Phosphate said, we're going to be American. We're going to be North American through and through. This is our community. This is where we live. This is where we work. This is where we were born. This is where we educate our children. And we're going to be committed to North America 100%. Even with our MOU the other day with the American Battery Factory, 40,000 tons of LFP. That's going to be all American made. Yeah. That's $500 million to $1 billion of LFP CAM, and that's all going to be in North America. So I think that the entities such as EXIM Bank and U.S., Canadian, Quebec government, they're looking at this. They're looking to see who's really here to support sort of the intent of what we're looking to do, which is to build up our resources inside of North America. So I think that was one of the best moves that First Phosphate did. We're here to be fully American through and through.
You've done some huge moves already, but this, like you said, it is a letter of intent. So there's some legalese and there's some steps, but they would have done a lot of hard work up till now to put you through any sniff test. And I'm sure there's a few more hurdles, but that also it's a pretty short time frame. So they've made this offer, and we'll know pretty quick, I suppose, if it finalizes. I mean, rather quickly.
Yeah, sure. There's always a risk that things don't finalize, and we've made that clear in our press release too. But yeah, there's been a lot of work, a lot of relationship. I mean, it's been 6 months in the making, if not longer. And this is their letter of interest, and the next steps are we have to finalize, and we hope to be able to start drawing as soon as possible. Again, it's going to be services that come from the United States of America. They have to be services and products from the U.S., which is great because that's where we want to work. We want to be selling into North America. We want to be supplying in North America. We want to be North American through and through 100% with everything we do.
Of course. I mean, what Canadian company doesn't want to have active an active interest with the U.S. market. I mean, it eclipses the Canadian one. So it kind of shows that whole strategy of we could be a supply chain Canada of natural resource, pump it through an active user who is making very public statements that they want to be driving this new economy as much as they can. And we could fulfill a massive role as a country. And specifically First Phosphate, they see that. They see that you guys are well ahead. And really, the speed at which you put this all together is shocking.
Oh, well, thank you. I mean, it's just a lot of fun. We have lots of great support from, people like yourself, Andrew, your viewers. And I mean, that's what makes it great. I just wish people could get across, the ugly markets and could actually see, who's doing things and just realize, what this company is all about and what this company could be worth one day.
Well, and I don't want to put any words in there. I mean, there is still things to happen, but this really gives you free reign. You don't have to go back to the markets to raise money. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. I mean, there's not a lot of companies in theory that have that ability, unless you're a Newmont or unless you're a major mining company. You've got tons of cash flow. No one else is going to have this kind of breadth and width to get from here to completion. $170 million is quite a bit.
Oh yeah, I mean that covers well over what we need to get all three of our projects to permit ready stage. That being the mine, purified phosphoric acid facility, and the LFP CAM facility. Obviously, the latter two are going to be done together with partners. So I mean, this is great. Yes, it gives us a lot of maneuverability as a company, which is great.
Well, listen, I know you've got other calls. Your phone's going to be ringing, but we wanted to get this out as fast as possible because it's so. Especially at a time, like you said, it's tough markets. It's a tough economy. To get this kind of deal done, you get to step back a bit and go, yeah, the economy has to do its thing. You guys have as much, run.
That's right.
Room to run, and it's amazing to see that.
Yeah, our future is no longer determined by the terrible financing conditions in the Canadian market. We're now an international player, and we're now able to execute on a much more sane kind of way, if you will. We just have a lot more breathing room, which is great. Because as you saw, this company can execute. We've got the management, we've got the team to do it, and now we've got the runway to do it as well. So we're very thankful to the United States government. We're very thankful to EXIM Bank, and we're thankful to Canada, Quebec, and all those that are supporting us, especially our shareholders. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Well, I'll let you go, and congratulations again. And I'm sure you've got a ton more calls to make.
Okay, thank you, Andrew. Have a nice weekend. Appreciate it.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.